Do you know what time it is? It's breakfast! Cornflakes!
You know, he actually had me going then. Actually looks at my watch.
right.
You did not see that.
Dude, my whole thing is intros. I do great intros.
It is. Very true.
Anyways, here I got 6 mighty skull crushers of Khorne. I'm playing Khorne if you haven't noticed. I have 10 bloodthirsty blood warriors. Behind them, they have their... I'm playing him as a slaughter priest this time, because him as a deathbringer is pretty useless. I have my lovely blood secretor up on top of the fancy stairs there. Another slaughter priest on the other side of the altar. I have 1 Clograth, fleshy pink colored. 10 blood reavers. One of them is running away. No, thank you. I have Gorechain, the Undying, which is basically Scar Blood Wrath, a fancy hero. And then another set of blood reavers here, along with a very friendly red Clograth as well.
Nice.
For my slaughter priest, he has Curse as his prayer. My other slaughter priest has other way around. This one has Blood Sacrifice as a prayer. This one has Curse as a prayer. For my items, I'm running this as a Skull Fiend Tribe warband. So basically we have a command ability that helps with Clograths. So we'll see how well that is used. Otherwise, my general here, I call him Junius the Brutal. He has the Crown Cleaver. Gives +2 to his attacks, or one of his melee weapons. And I have the command trait for this guy. Actually, I'll put up the command trait on him as well, both of them on here. And that just lets him get 2 blood tithe points if he kills anyone. If he kills a hero, instead of 1.
Very cool.
I have a battalion, which is the command battalion. So 3 heroes here. That gives me an extra artifact, I believe. And with that extra artifact, I'm going to get Banner of Rage. So with the Banner of Rage, everything within 8 inches of the banner will get a D3 mortal wounds in the combat phase on a 4-up.
It seems like you got a lot of stuff.
A lot of bodies, yes. Very cheap bodies, yes.
And equipment and rules and... Well, I'm just thinking I'll go through mine in a second, but it'd be very quick.
Well, I've played Khorne a few times, I have a better somewhat idea of what I'm doing. You've only played Idoneth a few times, so...
Yeah, twice.
So it's understandable.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that is me.
Nice. So this is my 3rd time out with the Idoneth. I have chosen the Achillean King as my leader. And I've given Storm and Sea, which within 12 inches, I believe, it's immune to battle shock, which is always nice. The idea behind this whole army is around the Leviathan. So 12-inch bubble around the Leviathan, you get, obviously with the Void Drum, you get all juicy bonuses. So it's kind of like a moving castle thing of what I'm kind of going for. I also have, let me just get to it. Also got a unit of 10 Thralls, a unit of 10 Reavers. I've got the Isharan's Soul Render back here, hiding away. And I've got the Isharan Guard, who do not benefit from the +1 save, which is obviously key. So they can actually venture off if needed, but they also have the 4-up invulnerable save if you like.
Yeah, they don't really need it.
And then I've also got the Alabex, which is I just called Shark.
The shark.
The shark. The pink shark.
Shark.
Yeah, and that is my list. Very quick. For items, I've gone with the 1-drop for the items. I have got a 5-up ward save for my Achillean King, and I've gone with Morphan, so I get to bring back 3 plus D3 Thralls. That seems to have worked well last time, so that's me. So yes, Matt has clarified something for me. Apparently, according to a new FAQ, it's not a 5 ward save anymore, it's a 6. So that sucks. Secondly...
Good for me, really.
Good for Matt, not necessarily for me. So 6-up ward save, for me that is a no-go. I just don't want to touch that.
You get as good as protection as a Deathless Minion Skeleton.
Exactly, it's like, come on. Anyway, and also I've gone with I forgot to mention this, the Ritual of Surging Stream. Apparently needs toilet. So I'd want to run rules and charge rules for friendly Idoneth units that are affected by the Flood Tide. So that is on my second turn. And for the magic item, I'm going to go with Potion of Hateful Frenzy.
Ooh.
For the hell of it. So it's a once
Sounds
per...
good, I like it.
Yeah, so it's a once per battle. At the start of your hero phase, you can say the bearer will drink this potion. If you do so, until the end of that turn, add 1 to hit rolls and wound rolls for attacks made by the bearer. Add 1 to the attack characteristic of the bearer's melee weapons, and add 1 to run and charge rolls of the bearer. However, at the end of at the start of the next hero phase, the bearer suffers D3 mortal wounds and cannot pile in until the end of that turn. So that's, however, at the start of your next hero phase. So I can do all this now, and then it's the start of your hero phase, so I'd take it, but then the next hero phase, I'd take D3 wounds, and I can't pile in because I'm suffering the after effects of the potion.
Cool. Are you going to put that on your hooker or on your horsey guy?
On the horsey. See horsey.
Makes sense. Neat.
Cool. Well, that was quite an eventful first turn. So, again, went with the castle thing, obviously within 12 inches of my Leviathan, which is obviously key. Not necessarily for these guys, but hey-ho, doesn't really matter. But for my king as well, to give him a 2-up save, which is awesome. And so we did some shooting at first, got the Khorne down from the Leviathan down to 1 wound left, so I did 7 damage. The Reavers killed 3 of these guys, I believe, and left 1 and 1 wound. My shark, I'm basically, even though it looks like a harpoon, I'm changing that forever. I cannot roll single die shots. It just does not work. So that was a massive flop. But apart from that, I ended up charging in with my king, my eels, and they took out the remaining Khorne with 1 wound. Obviously, that's that's doable. And then took out 10 Blood Reavers
and also Gorechain. Scar Blood Wrath.
Yeah, so there's a good
3 models or 3 units down.
Good first turn charge. So
yep,
happy days.
Someone's allergic to cornflakes. The Achillean King couldn't take the axe. My Blood Secretor on the Altar of Blood decided to throw it an axe. It cut across the king, did a bit of damage, and when it slammed down, he didn't like it too much. He died.
Yep.
7 wounds total.
7 wounds gone.
6 on the final roll, giving him 4 mortal wounds, or 5?
It's 5, yeah. So he had 5 mortal wounds left. Slain the king, unbelievable. And then on top of that, he also did 3 wounds to the eels, which killed another eel. So collectively, he did 10 mortal wounds with that axe. That is
just the way I like it.
That is not good. Not good at all.
The ground is painted red now. So what happened? A lot happened. So the axe happened. That killed off the Achillean King. It also hurt the eels a bit, but that poofed the axe. That's not a big deal. What I did do with my Blood Tithe points from the first turn, though, is I moved up the Skull Crushers with my Murder Lust. That gave me an 8-inch move right off the bat in the hero phase. Got me really, really close to the Reavers. And then in their movement phase, moved them closer, and I charged in relatively easily. The charge itself murdered a fair chunk of the Reavers and a few of the thralls, and then the combat afterwards just finished off the Reavers and killed a few thralls. Yep. A lot of them came back though because of the hooker that he has in the back lines. Yeah, but that's alright.
Yeah, so we managed to bring back 5, which isn't too shabby.
And then over on the farther end of the battlefield, the Khorne faced off against the eel and ate his skull. It was good. It was good. And I have my Blood Reavers pushing up to the other objective so that I can potentially win the game.
So yes, interesting format. Sad times for Christian, yes.
Sad times. I'm good.
Sad tears, right?
Yeah, I see it.
So, right, the Leviathan charged. He has done quite a bit of damage. He's done 7 damage so far. Matt's done
8 actually, I think it was.
8? Okay. Yeah. So, but Matt's done really good with his first lot of saves. So then the Cytons came in, whoosh, and ended up doing obviously hefty damage. Now, it's down to the Crushing Jaws, right? So the crushing jaws, I was hitting on 2s, and that's what I got.
Amazing.
How grim. So, the crushing claws, if I would have got 6, it would have, to hit, that would have been 3 mortal wounds, which would have been very nice against these guys. And if it's, one thing I just found out, if it's against monsters, on a roll of a 6 to hit, it's 6 mortal wounds.
Damn.
But anyway, it's that time, Snake Eyes, life sucks. Cool. So yes, the shark had managed to catch up to the, I can't remember what they're called.
Blood Reavers.
Blood Reavers. So we caught up to the Blood Reavers, we ensnared them with the net so they couldn't pile in, although there was only 2 models left to attack regardless. They did fail their bravery and scattered away, so that's good. So I managed to keep my objectives safe, luckily, just in time. And then the Leviathan then ended up going into her, killed 3 in total, I believe, and then with the thralls, they basically did no damage. My hero did no damage. So, yes, pretty much it. But my thrall's now back up to full strength, and I did use heroic recovery. So now I rolled a 1. So I gained 1 wound. So it is what it is. What it is. But yeah, so that's the end of my turn 2, and then now it's Matt's.
You want me to move it first, or do you want to capture it as I slice through?
No, it's all good. I'm recording as we go. So
So I'm gonna slice 8 inches this way.
So the dreaded axe is down. He is sliced through.
And just slam down.
Slam down.
Cutting through, it does, on a 2-up, does D3 more wounds. Gonna go for the turtle first. Does D3 more wounds. 3 more wounds to the turtle. And then to the thralls. Goes off. D3 more wounds. Just 1 more wound to the thralls.
Okay.
And then I'm going to slam down, and then I'm going to pick the turtle to be the main target. So let's see what we get. It's just D3 more wounds, but it's an extra 1.
Okay, so it's 4 mortal
4
wounds.
mortal wounds onto the turtle.
Ain't too shabby.
Not too bad.
That damn axe, I tell you. Where has it gone? Oh, it was over there.
Over here.
It moves.
Under the butt.
It moves.
Under the butt, sorry.
Very cool.
Is the prayer value.
Okay, so Blood Boil is going off.
Goes off on a 5. It does D6 mortal wounds to the turtle.
There we go.
Big roll, hopefully.
1. It's basically the tail of the night. Bloody dice rolls of 1.
Lame, but it is what it is.
So the Kogaroth has shot at the Leviathan and missed,
Nothing.
and then managed to get a charge in against the thralls, which is very cool. And then over here, I can't remember what they're called, Matt. What they're called?
Blood Warriors.
Blood Warriors managed to get the charge in against the Leviathan, and the Bloodlessers appeared but failed their charge.
Unfortunate.
That's
a lot during that turn.
Yeah.
Jeebus.
So,
So charged in my choreograph against the thralls. Didn't do anything, unfortunately. He should have done something, but
I got 3 saves of 5 and saved all 3.
yeah, that was pretty amazing. Otherwise, that would have been a good amount of damage. Might have been enough to help him a little bit. Charged the Blood Warriors in. They didn't do anything because Turtle has a 2-up save, so what can you do? And my Bloodletters just kind of stood there.
Yeah. And then your cavalry?
Cavalry dead, because, well, Turtle ate them.
Yep.
Or slapped them with his fins, actually.
Yeah, scythe them down with those things right there.
Turtle slaps hard. Eesh. Well, and that's that.
Right, so that was my most powerful turn, I must say, because it's turn 3, so we're on high tide.
Yep.
So meaning all my guys get to attack first. So I've managed to charge in successfully with my thralls against his bloodlessers, and basically they
You can see how many are left.
Exactly. And then with my turtle Leviathan, I ended up wiping out the remaining of the
Blood Warriors.
Blood Warriors. I keep forgetting the names.
Right.
Apologies, but Blood Warriors. So wiped out those guys. My shark ended up
He's just there.
basically just moving a bit closer, circling these remaining heroes. Yeah. So far I've got 2 objectives, and the final one is over there.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it. So yeah,
So I'm just slammed down the axe, and I'm choosing the turtle to be the target.
And
so
you've done 2 mortal wounds to the turtle from the axe already, in terms of this round, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, did you miss the hero?
I missed the hero.
Missed the hero, so now he's doing the final smash down.
Oh,
Ooh.
does nothing.
It fizzles.
How sad.
Well done, turtle. You did crack the shell, though, and it's got 10 wounds and 16 wounds in total.
Sad, sad, sad. So I'm cooking turtle soup, hopefully, with a blood boil.
So you just cast it, see how many runes blood boil does. 6! Oh, no!
And it kills the turtle!
It
It kills the turtle!
The turtle
Oh my god!
has been boiled from the inside out.
Oh, I'm so happy! This is the first big monster I've killed ever.
500 points down the drain, and the only so 16 wounds were all caused by your mortal wounds.
Well, I mean, how else was I gonna do it?
It's
I was
true.
gonna punch through it, so.
16
And I get a blood
mortal
type
wounds.
point too.
Yes.
Nice.
Tell you what, this has been swinging so many ways. It's been pretty good. And now that turtle's brought down, it opens up totally. Because obviously now you got what, five blood size points.
It does. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean,
my protection's gone with the turtle.
I mean, still, but like 5 blood type points, it doesn't do me a whole lot of good, really, at this point in time. So the axe did something. That's it.
Yep.
That's literally it. My guy charged in, hoping to do something, but I forgot that he strikes first. So he just walked in and died.
Yep. And then you
summoned some bloodletters, and they did nothing. 15
bloodletters failed to charge, and your guy took 3 wounds, doing an almighty sacrifice.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Cool.
So, end of the battle. What was it? Round 3.
Round 3, yeah, we ended.
Round 3, we ended it because he was gonna steal the objective, and the game we're playing right now is if he ever holds it at the end of his turn, all 3 objectives, then he wins, and he has plenty of movement and plenty of units to do so. So I wouldn't have been able to really contest it. So left it at that. Thoughts on the battle? Turtle be tough. Just
Very
didn't
much.
have anything to really deal with it because 2-up save is just amazing. And with Khorne being relatively weak on rend, I was solely relying on mortal wounds, which the axe delivered, but that was way
Certainly
too late.
did. Yeah.
Way too late in the game.
16 mortal wounds. It's pretty good. And more water. To be honest, she did a lot of mortal wounds because against my Achillean King as well.
Yeah.
And the eels, the mortal wound output is insane.
Mortal wound output is really, really good. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Just needed to be a bit more because I just, aside from the mortal wounds, I didn't have any sort of damage output. Really.
True.
Aside from when I charged in with the Skull Crushers, but even then, they only have a pretty low amount of attacks. 1 rend, which is okay-ish, but the second you start whittling those guys down, you don't really have much of anything left. Blood Warriors have no rend. My Reavers died too quickly to be of any use, but they just died. So I had no damage output, really, whereas you had plenty with your Thralls, which is, I think your Thralls are always MVP in these games, because they just
being able to come
do
back.
so much, and they come back because of the hooker.
Yeah, I think this chap here has been MVP for most of my Idoneth games, bringing back these Thralls. It's a must in my opinion. Well, so I've played 3 games so far with the Idoneth, and yeah, I find him very useful.
But I think my lesson learned from this would be I need to take out the Thralls sooner. They seem to be the main problem I have with a lot of the damage that they put out. I probably could have just left your Reavers alone for the time being. Shooting's annoying, but not nearly as bad as the 2 damage that your Thralls do. And then what else? That's about it, really. Would have been nice if I could unstick my Skull Crushers, but they were just too far gone once they got in there. The the thralls just last way longer than I thought they would. Which is a theme, I suppose, for us. 'Cause same thing happened with the Soulblight. The zombies just took forever. They just got targeted.
Very much.
Unfortunately. The Banner of Rage is... Nah. It did like two or three wounds, I think, overall around.
I don't know, I think you'd done a bit more with that, didn't you, against the King and Eels? So that, and then the Axe came and did some heavy duty stuff.
Yeah, so basically I just did a lot of mortal wounds and then nothing else, which is kind of pathetic for Khorne, because they're all about the bloodletting and all of that.
Yeah, it was
It's all just about spells and abilities, which is kind of sad. But it is what it is. And what does the winner think?
Well, I think overall the Idoneth, third time playing them, and I see 3 wins in a row. They're clearly a new tone. They have all the fancy stuff. They are the tides are very good. The third round getting the strike first was just massive benefit. The thralls, again, they're great. They keep coming back. They're still very squishy around the Leviathan. It does help them boost their save at least a little bit there, and also +1 to the hit as well, which does help. Basically anything around the turtle is great. And the eels, again, the eels with the shield, so this is the negates rend. I think they were good. The output of damage can be good, but I never seem to save their bloody rend. Their save, should say, against rend or anything. Because obviously negate the rend, but I just can't actually do the saves. So yeah, so I'm still and ahhing about those guys. The king is awesome, damage output amazing. However, again, the mortal wound, I did actually roll the saves afterwards to see if the 6-foot ward save did matter. It didn't, failed all of them. But anyway, so the king died valiantly, I'd say. He charged in, led the way, set the tone for the battle, and then obviously he ended up perishing to Khorne's blood magic. And the shark was useful. Again, the shooting was not great with the netting. It did actually manage to catch up with the Reavers, because that could have been a turning point for the game. If I didn't catch that Reaver, then obviously the middle objective, get outnumbered there, they would have captured it and then Matt would have won. So that's a possibility. But my shark managed to catch up with the 14 move, which was awesome. What else? Reavers again, they're good shooters. I lost them quite early, which was a bit of a shame.
They protected your thralls from my charge, so
from
that's
quite a bit. No, exactly.
enough,
Yeah, they did alright. I think. Yeah, I think ideally would have preferred to get at least another round of shooting out of them.
I think other way around, like if I did the charge and the mortal wounds went to the thrall rather than focusing on the reavers, I think I might have fared a little bit better.
Yeah.
So something I'll have to think about in the future.
No, for sure.
Focusing on the melee units, and then I can work out the range afterwards.
Exactly that. And I think because it's first time using the Leviathan as well, it is an absolute beast. And it's 500 points, and it's definitely worth it. But again, 16 wounds, and all of them were done by mortal wounds. So for this army, I've very much seen they can be punished by mortal wounds. I don't know, a lot of armies can, but this one, just like, the saves aren't great for thralls, but Turtle boosts their save. That's a 2+ standard. Give it the mount trait as well, so it's like -1, so it ignores rend of 1, which makes it even tougher. I loved it, to be honest. The Turtle was awesome. It really, really good. And yeah, so overall, really happy with the army. I think it's, I said, I've got 2 more eel units to assemble. I've also got to try out by the, what do you call them now? Is it the Eidolon of Mathlan? So I've still got to purchase those and give those a go. But I think so far, yeah, the army is fun to play. It's elite. There's a lot to remember. That's the main thing. A lot to remember. So as long as you don't play light and quite late at night like me and Matt do, so you may be a bit more awake to certain rules. But no, I think overall happy with it. 3 games, 3 wins with the Idoneth. So yeah, happy days.